Well, hello, Dragons. My name is James Monteiro de Barros, and I'm a surgical registrar in general surgery. I'm in the middle years of my training, and my bid is to try and get training improved by getting a laparoscopic trainer for the trust, which costs £3,000. So at the beginning of my training, I started doing keyhole surgery, taking out gallbladders and appendixes, which can be, your skills can improve in a sort of stepwise process. And I'm in my middle years, the things I want to start to improve, as is in my colleagues, is being able to do stitching keyhole, which is actually technically quite difficult. And part of that sort of step up to increase your skills, we go on courses, and also we need to get lots of experience. And the problem about getting experience is that when you stitch internally, you have to stitch really well from the first time you do it. It's not like when you do it on people's skin or something where you can make mistakes and the stitch can come back out again and we can do it again. You really have to have a lot of finesse. And the way to achieve that really is to get a laparoscopic trainer. And they are very expensive, but they do have a lot of resources and software as part of them which can monitor things such as the time it takes you to do it, your performance can be monitored, the way that it looks, and it can be recorded, and your supervisors can look at the end result and say, yes, James is ready to stitch in theatre. So as well as being able to track progress, it can also be used for research purposes, which the department is trying to improve dramatically. So from the research side, I think Mr. Clark has already talked about the link with the Surgical Resource Centre. So the laparoscopic trainer will sit in that room, and we can monitor people's performance. We can monitor new procedures, and that's quite an important part for us to develop at RCHT. Part of the reason why I came to Truro is because of its reputation of training. And by getting additional resources for trainers, it means that this trust can get more trainees coming down here, because it is obviously quite a remote place, but if you have great training, then people will come. So the bid is we need to improve resources in the surgical training room so trainees can perfect skills which are quite hard to do at any other time, really. You have to do them at work. So that's my bid.
Thank you very much. Who'd like to go first, Rob?
Are there any sort of ongoing costs to the device?
No. So once you've got the device up and loaded, it comes with software which can then interpret all your data, and then it will give you graphs for all the trainees. So once it's up and running, it doesn't really cost anything more.
So you can stitch 1,000 times.
And you can monitor every trainee.
Cool.
So thank you very much for your presentation, by the way. It says on our list it's a virtual reality simulator.
Well, so what you can use animal tissue, so to mimic something like a gallbladder or a bile duct or a bit of bowel. So that's what it means, I think, that was a simulation.
Okay.
So you're mimicking other tissue, human tissue.
Okay.
So it's got a camera, and that's what it does. Have you seen one before?
No.
No.
So it comes as a box with some holes, and a camera is attached to it, and you use all this normal equipment you use for keyhole surgery, things to grasp, things, small scissors, etc., etc. And it tries to mimic what you face when you do a keyhole operation.
Okay.
And the data then comes from the camera and then goes off to be processed. So very basic laparoscopic trainers are quite good for the beginning years of medical school training and when you're quite a junior doctor, but most of those are to do with stacking sugar cubes and other things to try and improve your motor skills. But obviously we never do that in surgery. What this does, obviously, is tries to improve your surgical technique, mimicking operations you do, not just improving your motor coordination.
Building on that, James, how many people might get to use this laparoscopic trainer?
So in a year, so there's 8 general surgical registrars, and probably about 12, people rotate, about 12 of us, probably registrars who rotate in a year, would get to use it. There's the group of juniors, the core trainees, and then there's other departments who'd be able to use it, such as urology. As I don't work in urology, I'm not too sure how many registrars they have, but urologists also need to know how to stitch as well and to use it.
What setup, what equipment do you need to run this piece of kit? What I'm getting to is how frequently might you be able to use it? Can you just rock up and use it in any office, or is it dependent on certain...
So when we do elective cases, there are obviously bits of the time where we're not actually doing much, when they're putting the patient to sleep.
Yes.
Some of it is we do some admin, but there is some time when we just have to just sit and wait, and that's the crucial time that you can do it. And for some technical things, it's really good to just rehearse what you're about to do. If you can just practice a little bit of stitching, it's fine. Then you go in and you're able to perform. So even if you are very good, it's actually pretty good to practice. I mean, I've been away for 2 weeks, and when I came back, I just made sure I could do everything. So I thought, 2 weeks is quite a long time. So it's always quite good to rehearse. But it should be an easily accessible resource. And the room is next to theatre. That's the key thing. It's difficult if you have them located in the postgrad centre.
Are we there? Lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. How did you get on?
I think it went all right. I think we sort of got the main information across to them about the importance of training, and by hopefully getting this equipment we can get more trainees down here in the southwest. So hopefully we'll wait and see what they say.
And how were the dragons towards you?
They were all fine. They weren't as mean as the real ones.
Oh, okay, good. And would you do it again?
This? Yes. It's quite a fun thing to do as well.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.